Hi guys! So I'm making a video. I'm going to channel my higher self. We're going to explore a message related to this full moon coming up. And depending on where you are in the world, it's going to be either on the 27th or the 28th of July. And it's a full moon with a full lunar eclipse, which makes it a blood moon. So I'm going to go ahead and relax here. And we'll see what my higher self has to share with us as a collective related to the energies right now and anything my higher self has to share. So I'm going to relax. I'm centering myself in my heart, and then I'm just sending whatever energies I don't need down into the earth. So I'm just feeling it going through my body and going downward. And then I feel it also disperse outward. Oh man, is it ever a lovely feeling, the grounding sensation. I'm experiencing a lovely grounding sensation. It's interesting because when I was wanting to connect with my higher self and share a message, I wasn't sure, is it just going to be a message? Am I going to inspire a healing gift for those who are watching? I'm just going to leave it open. But I will say this grounding energy I'm experiencing right off the bat, it's really lovely to feel it. It feels patient as well. It feels like I'm centered in my body, and it's okay to be centered in my body. Before, it felt like the parts of me were busy exploring tasks out there, is what it feels like. But I'm pulling all these parts of myself within myself, and I'm letting go of the need to think about anything else right now. So when I let go, all these little task bubbles turn into balloons, and they just go off into the ethers. And I just pull all the parts of myself back into myself, and I feel grounded. When we feel grounded, we feel balanced. We feel in the flow. We don't feel like scatterbrained, I guess is the best way you could define it. You ever have those moments, those days where it's just like you have too many things on your plate? Or maybe it's a Monday at work, and I'm actually doing this on a Monday. So maybe that's my problem here. But you ever go into work on a Monday and it's just like, where do I even start? I've got to do this, I got to do that, and maybe I could do this on Wednesday, and you're not really grounded, you know? And then you go get your coffee, and the coffee seems to help start your engines for the day. There's something about getting grounded and finding yourself back into your core and allowing yourself to flow through things without overthinking. So I'm just continuing to experience this lovely grounding sensation. I'm going to share it also with all of those who are watching. Just allow yourself to pull all the parts of you, energetic parts of you. You don't have to know how to do this. You just have the intention. And the intention is I'm going to pull all the energetic parts of myself back into myself. And I'm choosing now to be centered in my heart and to experience feeling grounded. And I'm going to let go of the need to overthink, overdo, over-try. I'm letting all those bubbles go, all those balloons go. So we're doing this together here. It's going to help you feel grounded. You make the intention, you speak the intention, whether you're developed psychic or not, the intention alone has power. And you allow the intention then to be that energetic gift you're choosing for yourself. It works. My higher self is standing here patiently. Yeah, we haven't even started, Abby. You're just grounding yourself. Maybe I thought grounding was part of the message. She says grounding is always part of the message. It doesn't matter which day. Grounding is always part of the message. She shows me herself. She looks a lot like Cinderella's stepmother. Cinderella's stepmother is an attractive old woman. She really is, but she has these kind of menacing eyes and these tight features about her face that's just very vicious, you know? But my higher self is kind of a warmer emanation of those features right now. She could put on either side, you know? She could put on the intimidating mask or the softer mask, depending on what the message is about. But she's opening up a fan and she's fanning herself off right now. She looks just like Cinderella's stepmother. Everything is so peaceful, so patient, so quiet. It's difficult to get into the vibes because I still feel a bit more like a roller coaster. Even though I'm feeling relaxed right now, my vibration is still too much like a roller coaster in comparison to what she's emanating. So to receive her message, I have to get onto her vibration in order to have that conversation, for us to speak, to see eye to eye or speak eye to eye, you know what I mean? We have to kind of emanate the same vibration. I'm talking to my higher self here. We're slowing down the vibration even more, and I'm welcoming this, slowing down the vibration, especially for people who are empathic. My vibration slows down. You might also receive that without even trying, just allowing yourself to relax here. And those of you just want to slow down your vibration, just allow yourself to just feel like you're pressing on the brakes. And your energy car is going 1,000 miles an hour, and we just slowly press on the energy brakes and just allow the vehicle to just come down in speed. And we just slow it on down. I am accepting slowing down. Part of the message and part of the experience. My higher self transforms from an evil stepmother into an angel. She says, "Who am I? Am I an evil stepmother or am I an angel?" As an angel, she's holding a book and she's reading the book. It reminds me of the Bible. She smiles at me when I define it as the Bible. When she closes the book, a bunch of dust puffs out of the inside of the pages. The book actually has more of a reddish-brown colored binding, and it's a hard cover. It's not like a leather bound or anything. Everything is very quiet. There's a wooden wall. The wall is like a dark brown colored wood, and it's all very smooth. You can't see the lines of the wood, but it's all very smooth, polished, dark brown wood in panels that makes up this wall. It's very smooth to the touch. It's got a glossy effect to it. I cannot see my higher self standing here anymore. I'm just looking at the wall. I'm at peace with being patient. She is smiling really big, like she knows something I don't know. She keeps emanating an echo to see if I could choose patience. Almost like she's testing me right now, and it is difficult, I will say. It is difficult to not want to, like, well, what's the message? What's the message? I want to know what the message is. No, you have to choose patience. It's like, that's terrible. That's a very terrible thing to say to me right now. I don't want that right now, but okay. Okay. I'm going to choose patience and stare at the wall. I'm going to stare at the wall right now while you laugh at me in your own little way. I'm just going to do that. Okay, sure. But she shows me how this kind of teasing game is making my heart get really bright and feel happy and feel challenged. And the conversation is actually really, really fun and funny as well. And she shows me how, you know, it like on a level it's funny to watch human beings try to be patient because we squirm. Like we just don't want to be patient. Nobody wants to be patient, so we start to squirm. And so she's watching me like a worm and I'm just like squirming here. But I'm really trying to emanate that I'm not squirming, that I really am patient. I guess I'm not doing a good job of hiding that I'm squirming. I swear I'm being patient right now. She shows me that what is like a Christmas moment, and I'm a kid, and it's 8 a.m. in the morning, and mom and dad still aren't up, and I'm out by the Christmas tree, and I want to open my presents, and mom and dad still aren't up yet, and I have to wait. and it's horrible. It's like the most horrible thing in the world, having to wait for something that you want, something that you want to enjoy experiencing. Like, it's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful moment that you have to wait for, and it's sitting there right before you. It's right there, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you have to wait. She shows me how the heart emanates what are like streamers of squealy, excited, happy noises when we're looking at a child, but like adults do it as well. When we're really excited about something, they show me what is a man who is very much so attracted to this woman. I mean, it's kind of like she's wearing a red dress and she has a very feminine figure. She's absolutely breathtaking to look at. She's not real. She's so beautiful. She's not real. And he is speaking to her. Isn't there a song about Lady in Red is dancing with me? And so his heart is going pa-pump, pa-pump, pa-pump. And they're having a conversation. It's sort of like he meets her at the bar, but it's sort of like a classy place. Like, it's not like a dive bar. It's got a class to it, but she's way out of his league. But she's talking to him, and he's just not able to believe it. And they're still talking even an hour later, even 2 hours later, and his heart is just like going nuts with all these ideas and fantasies now of what this might become. And you can hear the streamers in his heart going wee, wee. and he's almost he's really like almost not even able to believe it. But she's showing me too what is lovers that can't wait any longer and want to make love to each other. And also how the vibrations, the electricity that can run through the hands and the arms, the body, the heart, it's almost hard to breathe. It's hard to feel like yourself. It's like animal instincts are taking over kind of thing. And she's showing me about two companions who are deeply in love that can't control their animal instincts, and the sounds that are emitted at that time are like amazing. But there's also an element of patience because we're trying to be patient and wait for something that we really like. That we really want to experience, let's just say, and there's something challenging about that. It's that my mind right now there's an energy shift, so something's changing in the conversation, so I'm getting kind of lost, so I'm just gonna relax here. My brain, my head, and everything, it feels very I don't know how to describe the feeling. Am I sad? Am I numb? Am I withdrawn? What am I? I see echoes of Frankenstein's monster because he has a really tall forehead, you know, and then he's kind of put together by science. There's something about the way my face flickers to the Frankenstein's monster's face and then my face, but I feel like I have a really tall forehead and it feels very tingly and numb. And I feel a sadness inside myself, like I was kind of let down. We see a child that opens the present and it wasn't what they wanted. The man at the bar, you know, her actual fiance is now showing up. He was late or something. And the guy's like, oh, what was I thinking? That's living in some sort of fantasy, I guess. These two make love and there's some sort of, I don't know why there is a shameful feeling. Something feels withdrawn or disconnected, like it wasn't all we thought it was going to be. That's what it feels like, actually. It feels like something was disappointing, and it's not. It just feels like I just wanna go now. I just feel stupid. I feel sad. I feel like I just feel like I just want to go now. You know, sometimes we don't know how to describe that feeling. Could you say it was a letdown, or could you say it was embarrassment, or could you say it was, something didn't happen quite the way I thought it would, and it altered me in a way that made me feel something. I feel something, and it doesn't feel like the celebration I was waiting for. I feel that right now. I feel like I want to turn into a liquid puddle, and I just want to be a puddle of mud. And because that's the way I feel. I feel like a puddle of mud. And I just want to kind of seep into the soils of the earth. And hide. It's like I want to hide under a rock feeling. There's a long pause, and she flickers images of herself as the evil stepmother and herself as the angel. About life. Could feel wonderful and feel not that wonderful. How patience can be difficult, and sometimes we are patient for the things that we want and discover that they weren't all we thought they were going to be. And now we feel like a puddle of mud. So I'm just in this experience right now, and I'm asking her, well, what does this have to do with the energy right now and the full moon, full lunar eclipse energy and mankind? She says, well, what does it mean to you, Abby? What does this story mean to you? And it's for the viewer to decide what it means to them. Each and every one of them. To be touched, to be perplexed, to remember a time when life felt this way. And she shows me a present that we didn't see in any of these three experiences is the gift of experience itself. She says, she reminds me of how I have had moments like these in my life. A lot of people can also relate. But one thing that we didn't see was that there is experience involved. She shows me a video game where you get experience points and then you level up, and she says, you guys, Abby, you guys, everybody here, you guys got experience points. Congratulate yourself. I was like, is this some sort of joke? Because I don't really like those types of experience points. She was patient and smiling at me. She says, I know, and I understand, but I'm going to give you another experience point. And she comes to me and she gives me a big hug when I felt really sad in my life. She's giving me a really big hug. And she's giving all of you a really big hug too. And it's as if we needed to bring to the surface a time in our lives where we felt like this, so we could let it go, so we could receive a hug, and we can fill that place now with love and light, and we can expand and grow. She says, I think the greatest gift is a hug after a really difficult experience. And it reminds you that love is there, friendship is there, the spirit realm is there. And it helps you find a way to come back to yourself. Find the strength to stand again, to smile again, to feel like yourself again, to play again. She asked me if I know what that sounds like on the energy level. What the sound is energetically when someone is sad that receives a hug that makes them feel bright again. Do you know what that sounds like? I'm exploring it. First off, I see what are little fountains of colors, and they kind of move up and down based on the way the feeling is altering the vibration. And I hear little humming notes, like notes. They're little soft humming notes. And the soft humming notes start to sound like, they start to become more full, more rounded. They start to lift up more and more. And they start to sound like a very holy song, a very holy sounding song. And it's very rounded, and it just sort of expands outward. And she tells me that this is what is real. Actually, this moment is real. It's the patience for the anticipation, for the letdown, or whatever it is. Those are the moments that lead us to the real experiences. It is real to experience patience. It is real to open the present, to see what is inside, to now feel sadness. But why? Why is all of this happening? Why is the impatience for something you want, to open it up and see, oh, I guess this wasn't the toy I asked for. Why did I get this toy? Now the letdown. Now the hug. Like what there's something about this pattern with the human race, with life. We need to examine this about the way we're living our lives and ask what is truly real in the depths of what we're looking at here. Was it really necessary to become so impatient? And then to find out you didn't get what you wanted, and now to feel let down about it. And I say, well, what are you telling us? Not to have expectations? Not to want something good? Not to have that? She says, no. I'm just simply asking you to explore what it all means to you. But she says this sound is a sound that is enriching. It's about enrichment. It's getting into the wound of the soul and healing the wound in the soul, now reviving. There's so much power in this hug energy, and the sound of this hug then came from the excited anticipation and how the squirmy happened and all of this. And I can't even breathe right now. Is this really happening? Oh my God. And then the letdown. Like it's all sort of living in an illusion. But this, the letdown that is receiving the hug to return back to source, to heaven, to the balance. is what the real sound of the emanation, that's the real part of creation that is called enrichment. She would define it as enrichment. She is okay showing me each one of these sort of moments are all illusion, because we're living in a daydream of what might be, what we're looking for. We're living in some sort of reality of we're not choosing to be patient, at peace with whatever comes, like living in the now kind of thing. But she's also not encouraging us to not have emotions. She's also perfectly encouraging it's okay to be impatient, it's okay to feel let down, it's okay to have all these things. But then this really enriching moment when you feel the hug that brings you back into the balance. There's something to that. So I'll let you think about it in your own way and explore what it means to you. I'm back into the hug experience. It's very relaxing. And it's to a point where I've totally let go. I don't even know what that was about. That was just me being silly, I guess. I've totally let go, and I just really like this hug more than anything else, because this hug is real to me. And whatever that was just getting wrapped up in something. But this hug here is real to me. And this hug actually keeps reflecting an image of Saint Germain that I've seen. And I've seen him, I've done a channeled video, I haven't shared it on YouTube, but where he's like a very big, jolly looking man. His face, his like head is enormous. His body is like really massive. And he wears like a grayish color, like friar outfit, but it's like a gray colored robe. And he has a big beard and big gray white hair. That's how I experience him visually. And he's too big for me to wrap my arms around. And when he loves to give hugs, and when he hugs, and I feel what is a tranquil energy that is very soothing and very calming and very relaxing of my senses. And I feel like everything in life is going to be okay. I just feel that way. And right now I experience the emanation of Saint Germain giving me a really big hug and telling me even that everything is going to be okay. He actually says it, but his energy also speaks it through this hug and just the energy I feel. And my higher self is sort of standing watching and smiling. And I just say thank you. And I'm just receiving this energy right now. And it's like a blessing. And I'm sharing this tranquility, this message that everything is going to be okay, this Saint Germain style presence, big hugs, and I'm sharing it all with you as well. And it's okay to open your heart and say, I wouldn't mind a big hug. That sounds kind of nice, actually. I say thank you again, and I see myself turning into a golden light, and I'm standing upright, and I'm taking a nice deep breath, and I know that my my pathway is before me. Even if it's all foggy, it's actually all kind of a white cloud, but I'm standing on my own 2 feet. I'm a golden light, and I feel the inner strength of love within me. And I'm just choosing to move forward into a cloud. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means. I can't see anything. But I know that the love within myself is all I need to have, all I need to see in order to guide me forward. And it makes me feel good. All right, that's all I have to share for this message. Thank you all for your love and support of my YouTube channel. I also did a blog writing about this upcoming full moon, full lunar eclipse, blood moon. And I talk a little bit about the way I've been feeling under pressure, and the energy is making me feel under pressure. And when I feel that way, I can feel in my soul that there's something trying to rise to the surface, and it feels like a rustling leaf that is in grief. And I can't, it has to be life that brings this stuff up to the surface. I can go journey into myself as many times as I want, but sometimes I need life and experiences in order to create the awareness, to find those places within myself, to heal those parts of me. And so there's something about the energy and the way I've been experiencing it is bringing heavy things up from the surface, from deep inside my soul, and bringing it up. And it's also making me feel under pressure. And so I've been having struggle with it. I've been struggling with the energy shifts right now. So I write a little bit about that, and I channel my higher self there as well, which is a really interesting story message, because my channelings are always very much like a story message. But I think there was she was also emanating, my higher self was also emanating as a evil stepmother in that one too, with a book at the end. But there's something about those messages, and there's a reason why I am the one that I'm sharing this. I'm sure I'm not the only one in the collective consciousness that needs a message like this or is feeling this way. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say. And if any of you are interested in connecting with me one-on-one for a psychic session, I would love to do energy work and share wisdom with you on your own soul journey. Please visit me at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you all again, and I wish you all a wonderful day.